everybody, it's Michelle, and I'm back with new hair and new books. Holy crap, do I have a lot of books. I have, I think, 35 books, 37 books, I don't know, but it's a lot. And actually, 25 of those books came from a friend, one friend. So, I need to give a lot of props to Amanda Pearl 2 Books because she is the best friend in the entire world. She knows that I'm fairly new to YA, and I'm really excited and pumped about reading, but I don't have a lot of stuff, so she really threw out the big guns on this one because I'm pretty much set for life. But I'm trying to figure out where to start, and I think I'm just going to start, with my pile. The first book that I have here is The Iron King by Julie Kagawa. I'm really excited to read the Iron Fae series. I only have the first book right now because, pending me liking it, I'll buy the rest of them, but I've heard nothing but good things about this book, so really excited. Again, I'm going to have to go really fast. The next book I got was The Fault in Our Stars by John Green, and it's beautiful, it's hardback, I've heard amazing things, love John Green. I just read Looking for Alaska this year, so I've decided to read all of John Green's books, and I actually have a few more, but I purchased those, so I'm saving those for later, but yeah, I got The Fault in Our Stars. Before I Fall by Lauren Oliver. And I believe Lauren Oliver wrote Delirium. I didn't really like Delirium. I mean, it was okay, but it wasn't, great. So I'm not sure about this. It's been on my list for a really long time, but we'll see if it's different. But yeah, I have Before I Fall. Next, which is going to be a thick read, but I have The Diviners by Libba Bray. This is probably one of Amanda's favorite authors, and I've started the Gemma Doyle trilogy. So far, so good. Then The Diviners looks amazing, but holy moly, that is a thick book. So, really pumped to read this. Oh my gosh, I don't want my box to fall. This box is ginormous. The next thing is Amanda Pearl also told me to read The Vampire Academy, and even though the cover was god-awful, I thought, I'll give it a try. I loved it. So then, like a good friend would, she went out and got me the rest of them. So, I have the whole series of The Vampire Academy now, and they're all in paperback since my first copy was also in paperback, so that is fantastic. And yeah, that's a lot of books, but they were so good. I'm really looking forward to reading them. Let's see. Next, goodness gracious, I have Vixen, which is part of the Flappers series. I don't think it's a trilogy, but it's by Jillian Larkin. I love these covers. Holy goodness gracious. They're all beautiful, and I actually almost bought one called Diva, but I realized it wasn't the first one, and so I decided I'm not going to get that, and lo and behold, now I have the first one. So very exciting. This is, oh my gosh. This is the one that I'm going to read next after I'm done reading what I'm currently reading. The Days of Blood and Starlight by Laini Taylor. If you've watched my videos, you know I loved The Daughter of Smoke and Bone. I pretty much had a book orgasm about The Daughter of Smoke and Bone. And I've heard it just gets better and better with this book. So holy moly, I'm so excited. And it's big. It's hardcover. My other copy's paperback, so I love hardcover books. They're so nice. And I just love, these covers are so mysterious. And I hope they keep up with this cover art because I love it, love it, love it. Anyway, reading that very soon. The next one is Insurgent by Veronica Roth. I have read Divergent. I really liked it. I wasn't in love with it, but I did love it a lot. I mean, I wasn't in love, but I loved it. Insurgent I've heard is really good, but I also heard someone said don't read it until the third one comes out because it's a really bad ending. So I'm hoping that I don't get upset with this book. But I am really excited to read it. Triss is a really great character. I love how Veronica Roth doesn't smack you in the face with this romance, which can be really, really annoying. There's not too much action, there's not too much romance, it's just this perfect balance of all of that. So I'm hoping the Insurgent gets a lot better. Now the next book that I got, I accidentally bought it in my last book haul, but I didn't show it to you, and I'm actually going to do a giveaway at some point of this book, but I'm going to keep this one because this one is what Amanda got me. Velveteen by Daniel Marks. I've heard about this book since it came out and how amazing it was. And I'm not a fan of the cover. It's kind of weird. You know, she looks like she's cracked out and I don't know. But I heard it's fantastic. I believe Velveteen is like a purgatory ghost who has to like go round up other purgatory ghosts or something like that. I don't know. It just sounds really cool. So I'm looking forward to this too. The next one I just love because it's shiny and the title is so cool. And I'm honestly not sure what it's about. But I got Hold Me Closer, Necromancer, and this is by Lisch McBride. But look at how shiny that is. Wow. And it just seems like it's going to be funny, or at least witty. So I'm really excited about this. I love the title. It just sounds so cool. So, yeah, Hold Me Closer, Necromancer. Oh my goodness. I also got 2 books by Maggie Stiefvater. How do you say it? I got the Scorpio Races, and I also got the Raven Boys, both of which I have wanted for a while. Amanda told me a lot about the Scorpio Races and how amazing it was. I've heard everybody talk about how great it is. I haven't heard much about the Raven Boys yet. It is fairly new, so I'm kind of curious to see how good this can be. But we'll see. I love the cover, though. It's so cool. And, like, this raven, it's, like, the paint brush strokes, which is just so neat. So, yeah, it's a very beautiful cover. So those are the books I got by Maggie Stiefvater. I haven't said that before. This is called The Blessed, and it is by Tonya Hurley. I saw this when it first came out in the stores, and I was like, whoa, what a weird cover. I like that. But check this out. What? How cool is that? It's just such a neat book. And the premise just sounded so cool. And it's really Catholic in nature. It deals with like the saints. So I'm really looking forward to reading about that since, you know, I used to be a religion major. I grew up Catholic. So I think that would be a really interesting thing for me to read. So yeah, The Blessed by Tonya Hurley. Are we done yet? No, we're only halfway there. Okay, so the next book I got was Born Wicked, and this is by Jessica Spotswood. I love this cover. I just do. It's so innocent, but still sexy and simple, and the colors work, and it's just so nice. But this is a book about witches, I believe. Makes sense, Born Wicked, right? But I've had it on my books for a long time, and I swear I've only had it there because of the cover. But I do hear good things. And yeah, it says the Cahill Witch Chronicles, the book #1. So hopefully if this is good, I can start reading more of the other books in the series. So, boom. Whew. Another Richelle Mead book. I got Bloodlines, which apparently is a book that is a spin-off, sort of, using other characters from the Vampire Academy, and they have their own book. It's not part of the actual series, I think, but it's its own little thing, and I've seen it everywhere recently, so I'm really pumped that I actually got this, and I think that the cover, not really a fan of, but the spine, totally love it. It reminds me of tattoos, and I like tattoos. Next, I'm so pumped because I just figured out what this book was about. I've heard it, and I'm not a fan of books that say, like, that are, like, one word, like Evermore, or Never There, or, you know, whatever, just ever and never. It's just so boring. So I was pumped to read this because it's called Nevermore, and it's Edgar Allan Poe stuff, and I think that's so cool because you'll see I do love Edgar Allan Poe, but it's by Kelly Krieg. So I'm really excited to read this. This is going to be on my list very, very soon. Next is a book that I don't know if it's going to be good, but the premise sounds cool and the cover is beautiful. But I got also Firelight by Sophie Jordan. I love that cover. Look at her face. Ooh. And it's about, I think, people who are dragons. It's a dragon book. But that just seemed interesting. I've never read a book about dragons. So, boom, 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 Firelight. And it's part of a series, so I'm really excited. If this is good, I'm going to read the series. Trying not to make my box fall over. now those were just like, you know, a series and then random fiction. Now I'm going to go into more of the dystopian, apocalyptic stuff that I got. I have Dark Inside by Jane Roberts. This looks really cool. I believe this is about, oh crap, I just read all this stuff. There's like this ancient evil that's been unleashed and people are turning into crazy people. Not zombies, but like, sorta, even though they're not dead. But they're going crazy and, you know, we have to figure something else about that. So I got this book called Dark Inside. The next book I got was Feed by Mira Grant. And this kind of reminds me of, well, vaguely reminds me of I Am Legend. I have not read I Am Legend, but I saw the movie with Will Smith. Hot, 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 hot. And it kind of reminds me of that because it says that they've cured cancer and they've cured the cold, but now there's like a new infection and a virus and people are turning into stuff. And it just sounds very similar to that. So I'm looking forward to this. The next one is another vampire book that I'm almost done with vampire books with the exception of the Vampire Academy, but Amanda says that this is really, really good. So, and it's also by Julie Kagawa. It's called The Immortal Rules, and Julie Kagawa wrote the Iron Fae series, and everybody I know loves Julie Kagawa, and it's fun to say Julie Kagawa anyway. But the cover looks very mysterious. I like that. But it's kind of like a post-apocalyptic vampire novel, I think, is what I heard. So, that sounds really interesting too, because I'm always interested in new spins on vampires. So yeah, if you do vampires the same way every single time, it gets boring. Then I got The Knife of Never Letting Go. This, I just looked up the synopsis. Oh, it's like everybody in this book can hear everybody's thoughts. Like you can even hear your dog's thoughts, but they have to get out of this place. But how do you do that if everybody knows what you're thinking? Oh, I don't know. But we'll find out when we read this book. So that looks interesting. This next one is called 10, and this is by Gretchen McNeil. This, Amanda said it's similar to, or reminds her of Agatha Christie's And Then There Were None, but it's about these 10 teens, 3 days, and 1 killer. So it's like one of those books. But it looks kind of neat. And the cover actually reminds me of, oh crap, I can't think, Shutter Island. You know what I mean? The Leonardo DiCaprio movie. Anyway, the next book I got, and this ends the Amanda Pearl book haul, is Parcells. And this seems really interesting. It's another dystopian apocalyptic book where there are these like half humans that are killing humans or something like that. Anyway, Parcells seems to be an interesting book. And the only hope for humanity isn't human. What is it? I don't know. I guess I'll have to read to find out. Okay, I think for the sake of time and keeping you interested, I'm going to take a sip from my Hobbit cup. And I'm going to end this video. I have like sugar-free fruit punch. So good. And I'm probably going to do my book haul on a separate video. So I guess that was 25 books. Now I'm going to show you a couple more and then we will be done. I promise. So thanks for watching and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye!